This is a video on Explore, a well-known Scratch mod to have its own wiki page without it being deleted. So it is created by 1.4 a famous Scratch mod of course, and I used the installer for getting all these special features which you would not get if you use the default image or some other kind of downloads. So we just open the default explore shortcut to get this thing rather than opening this one. This one will directly open the executable without like this controls, but I like to see these controls as well, which is why it's kind of interesting, because other mods never had like these things. And you can also check for updates, but it will not work, and same for the explore store, but maybe we would check this later. So let's open explore for now. So this would automatically launch this executable there, and so now we are there in the explore. So let's just check from the top to the bottom as usual, but we're going to be excluding some things which are not very necessary, but yeah. So the first thing is that in files you can import projects. That's what is new. Of course these are there in the previous mods which I've seen, but you can combine two projects much more easily using those features. And then there's also an edit source code button which would show us how to do that thing. It's of course saying that if you shift click this, you can see developer mode is coming out. That's how we can do it. And then the third thing is settings, which contains motor blocks which will make it to show, as you can see here, and we can of course off it. Compatibility mode. So compatibility mode will make it to save it as .sp file or something. I have not tested it yet that much, but I'm just saying like that rather than the .ep file extension, which is the default extension how it saves things. Let's just save for an instance and just save for an instance for now. Okay, anyways, I'll just save it in my desktop as explore test. Just save it as explore test, and then you can see it's made a file over here called explore test, and of course it's automatically setting up some I don't know what, I don't remember it, but it's an EP extension. It's automatically setting this icons and all these stuffs for us to work with. I think in the registry, I think so, yeah, registry, you can see it's .sb file because we kept it in compatibility mode. But if we are offing the compatibility mode, of course you can save it as normal .ep file, as you can see about the me over here, which is an explore project, which means .ep file. Anyway, we're not checking it a lot because it will consume time. So let's just get to the one more feature, which is start when opened. Means imagine you open the normal executable over here, it will automatically open explore. That's what it's coming to say, I think so. Anyways, this thing is kind of okay. I'll just take it off. Okay, so let's just come back here and check explore. This explore menu contains what, as you can see what it's saying, like some programs, and you can check the development for updates or just go to many other internet forums and stuffs by clicking on these links. And then this is for the development, and you can also check some bunch of stuff. So here the splash screen means the default screen that will come when you open the normal shortcut which is given using the installer. Anyways, let's just continue into the mode. And then there's also a plugin which is very interesting. It will check if you are having some plugins in the folder, or I don't know if anybody made any plugins for this, but of course it just has some button called build an extension. If you click it, this would ask for do you have. Let's just test it out for the fun purpose. Anyways, you can say it will say open simple change sorter. You can just right click and learn much more stuffs, but I'm not going to do it fully now. Let me just give I'm done. Okay, anyway, it's not opening with the plugin because I didn't made anything. So if you need to get it back to normal mode, just press user mode here, it will get normal. So let's just continue here. And the help menu contains some things about Scratch as well as Explore, and also some license files as well, which I'll not check. You can see some information about this. It's made by PowerPoint in 2013-2014, also with the support of Juicenoy. And I think after 2014 it's not updated or something, even though they are in the website they appear to say like they're making another version called 4, but of course I don't know if they're even making something, because it's just 3.0 era. So except for that, there's not that much changes anywhere else which I could notice. So let's get to the block palette now. And first, in motion blocks, we can see that we can point towards a particular object, which is, I think so it's new, but I confirm that this is new, because you have to point towards a particular X and Y direction. So if you made this -10, you can see it will go like that, particular X and Y axis place. Then there is even an if touching a particular object just bounce, which could be useful rather than using our if statement as usual. If statement along with the sensors like that, and then putting in whatever your input is. And then you can also set your rotation style automatically, means if you need left to right you can set it like that. And of course it takes time to update, because this is Scratch, it's not, I think it has some problems in live time doing things and all. That's why this feature won't show here, but now it's showing because I changed it and came back here. But anyway, you can change the rotation style using this thing, and rotate to the center means you will get some kind of an particular axis point, and then you can just keep on turning. Okay, let's set to the normal mode. Just keep on turning. You can see it's in a particular axis, it's rotating around an axis, and that axis is this one. But of course you can, I don't know how to reset this thing, but that's how you can do this. Let's just see how we can reset this, but I have no idea how we can reset this one. But I think so, maybe if you set to 0, 0 it will reset, but I have no idea. Then this would be like rotating, I think still it's rotating around an axis. As you can see, it's rotating around an axis, but let's just put a pen down and see, then we can see things clearly. I don't know if the pen is down. Anyway, let's just get out of this. Of course it's creating an axis, that's what I could understand, but I cannot say anything more about that. And so then there's also more things like toggle draggability, which we of course know, and you can also snap to a grid, which will make it normal, I think so, in rotation style. Come on, let's just see. Okay, now it's, I have no idea, you cannot fix that, I think so. Anyway, so let's continue. You can check if it's draggable. No, it's false. Of course, if you toggle this thing, if you click this button, it will change, but I'm not going to test this time. And you can also see your rotation style report over here. Then we got the, let's just go to the controls category. As you can see, there is an, when a particular condition is true, you can put some kind of condition inside of this, but of course it faces some problem in lag and all those stuffs, so it's not recommended. But yeah, some alternative script is of course if statement itself, but this one is like more responsive in every cases, but that would only run until the script is running. This would respond for means whenever, even if the project is not played. And then there's also some kind of a launch script. I don't know much about this thing. You can also stop all and press green flag, means which would restart the project. You can stop a particular script of a particular sprite you want, or you can even stop broadcast. I don't know. I think you can just block a particular broadcast, and you can also ignore the results, but I don't understand about this. Anyway, also launch is the same case. And of course while is the opposite of repeat until. It will do while the condition is right, while repeat until will do it until it becomes wrong. or sorry, maybe I should have made some kind of mistake. So repeat until this condition is like true, and while we'll do it for the particular condition if the condition is true. It's kind of same only, but maybe there are a little bit difference which I didn't explain properly this time. And you can count the number of costumes you have, of course. Let's just copy that. You can see it's saying 2. You can check the name of a costume 1, which I could change, of course. Of course, to name, you can delete a particular costume number. If it doesn't exist, it will of course show some kind of error like that. Error like that. And then you can add a costume from new or use camera, but it's kind of getting annoying, so I don't want all my camera there. And you can add costumes from URL. I don't know if it will work properly, I didn't test it out, but yes, you can test out, because I don't want to ruin the video by slowing the video down, because these kind of stuffs need some. But of course, if you have some URL or the directory, you can just keep it there and test it out. You can just say what you last said or thought, even if it goes down. You can see it's gone down, but you can still detect what you said last time. And then there's a reporter for graphics effect as well, so in case you change, it will detect it, what number it is in. Then you can even apply the graphics effect to the costume itself, which is like if you change this graphics effect and apply the graphics effect to the costume itself will become like that. You can see the costume is edited automatically, and it's made with the graphics effect embedded into it. Anyway, it's cool. And you can also change size by a particular thing. I don't know how these things would work on a website, if it's even possible. Yeah, you can test in Modsha maybe. You can change the size or the stretch by 10. Yeah, stretch is working. And but of course v-stretch, oh yeah, v-stretch is also working. I think they're programming it rightly, I think so. That's the reason. That could be the reason why v-stretch is also working. And that's interesting. And there's even a stretch and v-stretch reporter as well. And you can check if it's showing. If you hide it, it'll say false. If it's showing it, it'll say true. You can check the height of the costume and the width of the costume, which is what is reporting over here. And you can also flip horizontally. Also flip horizontally, but I think it's this, yeah, horizontally and vertically. So let's just get to the next thing, but I think they this program oppositely. They kind of put this one vertically, because this is doing vertically and this is doing horizontally. This is kind of confusing, but yeah, okay, it's doing it in vertically only. Anyway, I just got confused in that part, so let's continue. In sensing, you can check which all sprites you're touching. This will provide a list or something. Okay, now if you check, it's touching sprite 2, so if one more sprite is made nearly in that place, and if it's kept over here, you can check like 2 sprites are touching. That's why it's interesting. I think how it will report, I don't know. It could have reported a list, but that would be interesting. You can also check if it's left clicking, right clicking, or middle clicking as well. This would detect all the keys pressed. Maximum is 4, which is what it's saying. So let's just store it into a variable. Of course, let me just make a variable like that. Okay, I'm gonna do like that. This press. This is detecting all the keys I'm pressing. Actually, it's not maximum 4, it's detecting many keys. What am I pressing? But I think F1 and F6 is wrong, because I don't know, maybe it is intentional or some other error is there. Anyway, I mean bug is there. I forgot the word bug exists itself. And you can also check the distance to the particular X and Y position as well. And also you can check the pitch, which would not work, I think so. Okay, it's hung up or something. Okay, it's detecting the pitch, but is it working precisely? I don't know. I think so, it's working perfectly. Anyway, let's just continue to the next thing, which is strings. This is separated from operators because this has more things. These are string operators and these are number operators. I mean, arithmetic operators, and I don't know what do they call this thing. Okay, I'll call this string operators itself. And join hello world, letter 1 of world, letter 1 to 5. You can check length of the world. You can check if a particular word is contained within another word, or if it starts with something, which of course it will report false because it's not starting with the quote. Or you can check if it's end with. End with would work because raincoat contains the code thing in the end. You can do some particular steps like making it capital and not capital. And you can, I don't know what is censor. Okay, what is censor over here? I don't know. Maybe it would block that particular word or something. If in case it comes in the game, I mean in the project. Words are 2, it will count the words. Or you can also check the word number 2. I think it's looking after the space only. I think it's defined by the space. Each word is defined by the space only. That's how it works. And there are a bunch more operators which I'll not check. And then this, I think so, this if block reporter has become so common because I have seen this in every single mod. I mean, these operator things are quite same only, or maybe this is an ideal kind of style, I don't know. Whatever is the reason why they're putting this thing. And of course many things are kind of similar with other mods. Like you can check all these stuffs over here, but I'm not going through all the operators, of course. Just I'm doing it in a basic style because sometimes I get too tired when discussing too much about operators and all those stuffs. So let's continue to sounds, which are much more interesting to discuss about. And you can also import sound from a particular location if you have one, and you can record the sound if you click this block. Yeah, you can see the record has popped up, but I'm not doing it now. And length of the sound is, you can check the length of the sound in case you have. Let me just make a test sound now so you don't get disturbed. This is a test sound which I'm making. Hello, this is a test sound. Okay, wait. Anyways, you can check that number of how much time is there, and you can check the number of my sound means it will check all the names of the sound that we kept in that thing. Then you can draw an oval of a particular radius or a rectangle of a radius. Means if I'm bringing this here, I mean I don't know if it's okay, this sprite is over. I don't know where this sprite in. Oh sorry, I just moved the wrong sprite to the wrong place. Create a rectangle 50 by 50. Actually, yeah, like that you can do. Anyway, this makes things much more simpler. You can also print in a particular font you want. I don't know where this is doing it. Okay, it's over here. Okay, I'll just set the particular position properly because this would do it in a particular position you want, which you wanted it to do it. So let me just clear this thing. You can see it's coming at 0 0, but if it's above 0 0, I don't know if it's working or not. You can just stamp text into that, and you can choose the particular size as well, which is kind of very interesting. Let's keep it as 50, but it's not working very well, but yeah, they just tried something. And in variables you got all those additional stuffs which include moving the variable. You can see we can move the variable to a particular position you want, or you can even set my variable to an, I mean this would set the variable color, which is interesting. Variable color means the input color, means I mean this stage monitor color, it will be changed, but I would like it to be red for now. But when it's in last readout it looks very cute, means very good, because you can't change color in Scratch for variables. But I love this feature, and I even requested when I was smaller. You can even change the style of it while the project is running using blocks, or I don't know, this would create some. I don't know what is this detecting. And you can also say variable. I don't know what it's checking actually. This is giving and reporting the number which it's holding, I think so. But this is same for here, but you can check with the name of the variable as well, which is what is interesting. And then you can add list. Wait, this thing is quite unique. I think it's not like Biob or Scratch itself, I think so. Or let me just see. You can see it created something called new list. Okay, I understand that. You can create your only for this sprite or all sprite. Private means this sprite and global means all sprites. And you can delete the private list as well. If it exists, you get a delete block or like this. If no list exists, I think it will not work. But I think this is not working for now, so I'll do manual delete. Oh wait, no list exists. Okay, it's taking time to load, so let me change and come back. You can see it's deleted. And we can add thing to a list, means a particular thing. Okay, these things are kind of same. And then you can also set up list block colors. I mean, this is only for the blocks. I don't know why it's difficult for changing a list. You can see the list block is only changing even if you create a new list, and even add something like thing. Okay, anyway, let me just manually add it, and let me just set to some color. You can see only this thing is changed, but it's not updating lively. So it's kind of cool. You can create colorful things, but in a different mode it's kind of different. I think this list controls are kind of different. Anyway, it's cool way to do things. And you can also split at commas and add it to a list as well, or just join the list with a comma, means new list. Let me just join. You can see hello because there are two hellos there. Just creating something like that. Of course, it's your own wish if you need to subscribe or whatever. And let's just continue to objects. You can just do some kind of cloning and all those stuffs over here. Let me just delete my clones. Can I delete my... I think it creates an... oh, I don't know what's going on. I mean, these sprites are not visible over here, but they are just being created. Even though it appears they didn't exist as well. Just hiding this thing and hiding this thing. Okay, so you can see a clone is over here, but I think it creates a sprite, but it's not visible. That's what is the speciality. Or maybe duplicate the same thing. Then you can check up my parent or my clones. Okay, you can check the clones. If you create one more, you can check the my clones, but I don't know how you move to the parents. If you click this one, then you would get this. You can check my parents, but I don't know how it works, whatever. Anyway, it's cool. You can create clones. Objects means just clones only, I think so. And then you can also read files, which are interesting. You can read particular file in case you created a file in that directory, but I don't want to explore it a very lot, even though the name is explore. But anyway, if you like that, then I'm gonna do it. but of course you can skip, it's your own wish. If you need to skip this video slightly or run it at faster speeds, actually I recommend doing it in faster speeds if you like to, but I think you won't understand what I'm speaking because I'm already speaking it fastly. So let's just create a my list. I don't know, I'll just create something like, okay, that makes some sense, and let me just save it into the explore file directory. So that you could test the read file. Actually you can watch my previous videos as well in case I'm not accurate enough in these videos. Anyway, it's your own wish if you want to watch the previous videos because they're just some mod review videos. And so, okay, anyway, I'm not testing this out that much because it takes a lot of time. I don't want to take more time of you, but you can read files, it would work. I think it should work. And then you can write a thing to a particular file. You can check if a file is in a particular folder, local name for an item, directory of an item, means directory for a file, extension of a file, or the size of the file in kilobytes. You can do bunch more stuffs. I think this is the mode with that additional exploration over here, because other modes are much weaker in this sector of files. And then you can create cloud variables and all those stuffs. I don't know how these things work, but yeah, you can set or get some cloud variables. Okay, this thing creates a kind of bug because it's trying to import something from Google Map, but of course they may have changed the API or something, so it should create some kind of bug or something, because this costume becomes some kind of like an invisible. So division by 0, I don't know why is it saying division by 0. Yeah, I'm deleting this and creating a new costume. Let me just do like, yeah, that thing. I like the cat more in a line. Then you can do a bunch of this stuff. C list. Let's just add to a C list and see how the list. Okay, it's a cloud list. I forgot about that. Now, of course, this would result in a bug. It's my mistake for clicking it. Anyways, we're gonna face some problems here. Because you need to connect to servers, but I don't know which server to connect. I think so it has its own server, or maybe we have to input a server somehow, because I didn't explore it that much, even though its name is explore. Now I think I'm clicking give up, it's not working. I think now I need to force shutdown or something. Anyway, let's just see if it's working or it is totally stuck. Anyway, I'm just ending explore executable for now, and I'll just reopen the explore, I mean in the normal way which I did, and just click open explore here. In this there are programs which would means in case you put this over here, you can enter the presentation mode. If you click the green flag itself, you can see it's working, or a particular mode that you want. Let me just put a simple script like that for just for a fun purpose, but if it's running too fast, I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah. And this would be kind of weird, but yeah, it's my own wish to put whatever I want. So while the project running, if I press space in my keyboard, it will be in presentation mode. If I didn't press that, it will exit. That's how it works. That's kind of interesting. And then you can check if you're in presentation mode. Yeah, now it's true because I'm in presentation mode. You can check if it's using Explore. I think it has some kind of an small text file embedded, which would check if it's running in somewhere or not. You can set the stepping speed to particular numbers, and you can save a project or save this project. You can save the project, I think so. It'll ask for a directory or save project 2. Means 2 means you have to put a directory. So let's just copy this directory. Will I be able to get it here? I don't know. Let's see if we can get it in. I like to put it like that because it's much more easier. I'll put it there. Okay, you can see the project should have been saved. But anyway, I don't know where it is gone. So I just have no idea where to keep this. Did it actually save? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, let's just continue into the video more. You can import a sprite or project from a particular place or open project from a particular directory. You can check some things about the project directory. Okay, it's stored in PowerPoint 56/explore, something like that. Okay, it's saving the project folder. Anyway, it's cool. And we got like this. Actually, this is how its original folder is, but I'm not checking it that much. Then there are a bunch more stuffs. You can check about your OS category and all the stuffs. NT, or you can check if it's running Windows, Unix, Mac or Unix. I think in Mac Unix it will say true. You can check the platform, Win32. Wait, it's saying it wrong. Anyway, I'm using Win64. I think it doesn't know that. Okay, the squeak. I think the squeak virtual machine is 32-bit. That's why it's saying 32-bit. Last dialog entry. You can create some kind of dialogues like that. I think these things they are adding to some kind of mods, but this thing is kind of new to me because you can even add it to the dialogue, which is interesting because I've not seen something like that ever. You can come for "Are you sure?" with a question, with the title question. You can see the title is over here. The "Are you sure?" is over here. Yes means true, no means false. Actually, these things are supposed to be inside a variable, I think so. That's what it's meant to be. You can see it's reporting true. That's how it gets stored. You can ask what's your name in a dialog, but this also should be stored in a variable. This is the usual fashion of programming languages. I'll just put my whole nickname or something. Okay, that's my nickname there. I put scrolling directrix, which is kind of interesting. But at least there's a use for this true and false over here, which you can insert over here. You can see it's if you put this editable true. Okay, I'll just put it like that and store it in the dialog. And now it's true, so I can just edit this, I think so, like how I'm doing this and putting OK. And I can also put a title. And if I put editable false, so if I try to edit this, you cannot do it. And this just stores true. But if you just make it, if you could just put true instead of the false over here, then it will report what text you have edited it. That's the difference. You can close the dialogues as well in case you cannot do it manually. You can confirm for something, means like not in a dialogue but rather in a, I don't know, drop down, I think so. inform something like that. You can check fonts, I think fonts in your computer, and you can do some bunch of more stuffs in colors, but I don't know why I'm not interested in colors for now. But yeah, I don't know, I cannot explain it much things about this, but I think it can be used along with the pen and used to do some interesting stuffs. This is for the color equality, which I've never seen. And I think that's all I can say about this video. I mean, that's all I can say about the main Explorer. So let's just get into the launcher now. Launcher means, of course, okay, wait, there's a one way to open the launcher, I think so. Okay, here is the okay, it's called splash screen, which I forgot, but I'm calling it launcher for now. Let me just give up. Let me just open the splash screen, which has some bunch of features, which I'll just give don't save. You can open explore to exe, create a new compiler project. You can just do compiling of scratch in explore projects, but I'm not going to explore that. You can now check for updates, which I don't think so it'll work. Okay, so updates are available. I thought it's not available. Okay, it of course has some kind of error. You can open explore store, but oh, I didn't thought that there are even things like that. So I think it contains some kind of websites within it. That's why it's kind of influential. People have made extensions for this as well, even though it's a mod, and within that they're just making extension for it, which is very weird, but yeah, there are people who do like that. You can just set some settings over there when you launch the Explore, and you got this few